Hey guys, it looks like the game starts a little prematurely, but we're going to go ahead and play catch-up as it is Titan versus mousesports. And welcome to Intel Extreme Masters as well.
God, Intel Extreme Masters looks so different these days. It's like cash.
But as I was saying, Titan up against Mouse. This is the second round. Looks like it's about to be the third. Titan picked up the pistol. Mouse looking to force back in off the back of their Chris J Scout, which you usually expect to see.
Always gotta love it, right? And
looks like they did not find too much on their second round buy.
Joe, I'm really excited by this. Is the first time I get to see Scream in this lineup as well. Now, I'm a big fan of that man when he goes off on those tears. It's a beautiful thing to watch, so very excited to see it on Cash as well. Quite a name-heavy map, you can argue. So looking to see what he can bring there. Of course, Scream going to make his impression. Nico goes down. And this is actually quite a really nice lineup between the two, if you think about it individually, right? You've got like Nico in there, you've got Nex, Chris J, big players like that, and then you've got Scream and Shox. This is a really nice head-to-head, and don't get me wrong, RPK on his days, another massive impact player. I remember talking to Vendetta during Dubai about this guy, and it was just like both of us just wait and pray for the old RPK to return. It's like
everyone does, yeah, absolutely.
It's like when that guy gets rolling, you just can't stop him. But anyway, let's get into this one. It's 2-0 already, as you mentioned, for Titan, and we're going to see what Mouse can achieve here. But it's a very clean round. If they can get anything away, it'd be very nice. But I think we're already seeing Smiths being boosted up, and I doubt we'll see much out of this one.
Yeah, you said this is going to be an exciting game. Of course, both of these teams, no stranger to a bit of a roster mix-up. Getting rid of Spitty, throwing Nico now into the full-time Mouse roster. It's good to see that the same thing actually happening on the Titan side, of saying goodbye to Maniac with the addition of Scream. It does look like Mouse already actually managed to find something. It was actually off the back of the newest edition Nico, or newest permanent edition. Of course, he was under the Mouse tag for a while. And they've got a second one. Nex was the one responsible for that one. And this round should not see another frag go the way of the T side. Already a lot of damage done to Titan. They did hold a few SMGs though, so it's not the end of the world. And RPK does manage to net himself 600 for that frag on to Nex then, as Titan do pick up their third. It's going to be time now for Mouse to put rifles in their palms as we go on in.
And the one thing I really want to point out, though, I was looking at the stats earlier about these two teams. Now, mousesports' cash is pretty decent. Decent? What is that? New words. Decent. 11-6 overall. Pretty decent record. Whereas I was looking the last 3 months for Titan, how they've been playing. And this was excluding just, you know, Scream being on board. They haven't played it in the last 3 months. This is quite the rarity that they really haven't touched this map, considering. So, this would be a nice telling sign for them. And RPK already going hunting there. Good. Just a little bit of room in between those smokes to give him room to operate. And he does boost up Existence to peer over, get the shot towards Dennis, get dominance, and back away.
Getting away then after a little bit of initial damage done. He did take a bit of a beating as well, though. Down to 14. Let's see if that pays any sort of rewards for mousesports later. Counter boost coming in from Shox, though, but Chris J is not going to be alarmed. Finds the head of Shox, and again, an equalizer comes in from Mouse. Early damage done from Titan could be nullified by this. Nico comes in, swings the door open, and manages to net himself both an AWP and an entry into the site. Site most definitely not clear, though, and I don't know if Nico is operating on that assumption, because here comes Chris J.
But look at Scream missing a shot like that. Not what I'm used to seeing, but still, RPK last man standing. He's got a lot to lose in this round. I doubt he's even going to go for this, if I'm honest.
He's got his box cutter out. He's going to do some unpacking. Just going to sit there and stare at it as he waits for this round to come to an end. Just
I miss casting with you, Alex.
It's
you know, it's a real fragile state of affairs.
It's fragile. You can't open it, you know, aggressively. You have to be careful and cautious with your knife and slowly remove the strap.
I made a great little bit of a joke then, and you went a little too far with it.
You made a joke?
Yeah, I mentioned fragile before. You didn't even notice.
You did?
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
Don't think RPK is going to get away with this rifle now. He has been hunted down. It's Chris J who gets it and manages to evade that bomb radius. So all good in the hood for Mouse as they go into their first rifle buy with a victory. And we're going to be seeing then Titan in, I was going to say, a soggy state of affairs, but they have got the AWP. They've got the rifles still flowing. The money is not going to be too much of a problem. And we are going to be seeing our first AWP versus AWP. I say AWP versus AWP. Hell, there's two. Smiths and Existence both bringing them into the fray, leaving RPK just on a 5-7. Interesting choices being made by Titan as they leave him in the cold.
So, oh well. Method to the madness. We'll have to wait and see. Chris J always loves doing this as well, getting up on the truck, peeking down towards mid, but actually considering there's two AWPs, that could have been an error if he did that. He will be boosted up a more standard route there, but on the other side of things, there is Shox and Scream down the other side, so could get a little painful, but Chris J, known for his AWPing ability, already taking down Shox, but Scream still there playing highway. Not going to be able to get too much of a presence, but Mouse playing quite slow here. Just looking to maybe look towards A, maybe split through mid. RPK and Existence have been pushing up consistently on B, but look at Smiths just waiting from quad. He's going to have the chance to take on Chris J now as well. Smiths is going to get the shot towards Nico. Does almost bet out for Chris J then, but Smiths instantaneously expecting that play through mid, but no one was there yet. So already Mouse not really threatening the weak spots in Titan.
Not yet, that's for certain. As T-side are going to find another. It's RPK who goes down, and Mouse going to look to build off of these building blocks. His Existence has got a bit of a challenge ahead of him. Here comes the T-side. He's ready for them. Doesn't quite get the shot towards Checkers. That was necessary in order to find success, and he does just get the tag. Chris J shows him how's it's done. How's it's done. I'm become Gollum. I'm Smeagol for this cast. My precious Smiths isn't going to be able to do much better as he's left in a 1 versus 4. Makes it 1v3. That's the start, and he's going to try and find a second. Oh, it could have been beautiful.
He would have been your precious if he hit that shot.
Oh, okay. God B stabilizes that one as the flying AWP got me a little too excited, and it's going to be a second then in a row for Mouse.
Oh, my word. Still. Let's just review that round. Basically, it was Chris J. He opened it and pretty much closed it. And I really like the way they didn't just rush on towards B. Then for Mouse on their T side, they kind of just shoulder peeked, as you noticed, coming out of Checkers towards the site, crossing over. And it didn't allow Smiths a chance to pull those to existence. But then again, Chris J doing what he does. Just walking out. Shox will at least pick up something, though. But he won't be able to retain the weapon. And this should be a clean round for Mouse now.
Getting that early peek, he must have just assumed that there was no one going to be even faster than that.
Yeah.
And Existence just catch a nade straight to the brain. He's going to be going down through the wall after taking so much initial damage from God B. Then 3-3 then as mousesports do completely fight back after the early 3 from Titan. And now things are going to get interesting. No money for the AWP. Never mind the double AWP that Titan once went for. Let's see how the CTs choose to play this one.
Chris J's got a good B spawn. Considering how much RPK has been pushing up, maybe he's going to be able to catch him. I'm curious to see if they go for it again. It's not only Existence and RPK playing that position, but actually 3 players this time heading towards B for the CT side. And he's going to get the first shot off. That is RPK down, but will he expect Shox so close? Yes, he does. Shox falls.
He saw him,
now he's got to know Existence is here. He's been playing it the whole time. They're going to check for a perfect flash, so will it allow Existence a chance to get some revenge? But this is not going well for Titan.
Yeah, they are going to be pushing in. If they can get rid of Existence, that's going to be an open B side. They do. Hunt him down. And it comes then down to Scream. He's the only one that managed to reposition onto B. Next was ready for him, and now Smiths is wondering where it all went wrong. Boosted up quite nicely. He's just going to try and keep hold of his M4. Catch a couple of the mousesports side out. Actually, it could be a question of if God B wins out in this 1v1. It's Smiths who's going to be coming to him, I think. As no, looks to find himself a nice little den towards that red container. Does make him vulnerable to Nico. That's that howl. He wants to try and keep that skin. Oh, nice, neat and tidy from Nico. Just the one bullet expended and goes on a retrieval mission. And now we're going to be seeing the 4th round on the board for mousesports. This is where we do see Titan, the economy, look a little more shaky, as that's the 4th consecutive round for the German side. Can I call them German now with Nico?
Yeah, just round up.
Yeah?
Round up.
All right.
Ignore Chris J and...
That's true, yeah, with Nico, Chris J, and like God B as well. I mean,
yeah, just
his Turkish roots.
Yep, we'll just pretend.
Okay.
But still, I think the main thing here is Chris J so far in the important rounds has been such a defining factor. The play towards mid before getting the opener and then closing in towards the sides. That round towards B. Now the others are playing very well, but you know this is just a pistol round. The Deagles are there. It could get a little dangerous, but they're playing it smart. Apart from God B fluffing up the molly. It was meant to be used to clear those vents, but Scream will have the chance then to get at least one down. There's Nico. The gun does go loose, and that's always a dangerous man to get a rifle towards. Existence not going to be able to land that shot though, as Mouths are just slowly working their way through the map, but Chris J going to be met by 2 here. Shox and Scream not too far away. Scream's already backed up towards that CT side, and Chris J has to be careful. He's kind of tucked himself into their own smoke, and the only rifle that was with the CT side has been removed, and so should Shox very soon. Yeah,
they made the call. I think you saw him through the molly as well. It's going to be another round then for mousesports. There's a couple of Deagles and pistols scattered between Titan, but nothing to make enough of an impact over on Mouse. And then when he's starting to get scary now, a couple of players just residing on 10k after the buy, and that's going to be really a problem for Titan that they're going to have to deal with in this round. I'm looking at Shoxy and I'm wondering if there's any money there for a buy. Yeah, he is just taking his time with it. He had 5.5k. So, picking up the AWP then. We've seen 3 players of the 5 pick up an AWP, varying intervals throughout this game for Titan. Shox' turn to try and make an impact up against Chris J, and he did again catch a necessary glimpse. Whether or not he's going to be able to prevail in this 1v1, he can't. As it's going to be 3 early ones for Titan, 4 no less. And Mouse have just crumbled in seconds. Godby looks like he wants to end this round fast, charging out towards A. Does manage to evade that flash, and the second. He's actually flashed himself. Smith's catching himself. Wasn't expecting that. And Titan, after what was about 4 rounds in a row, finally managed to find some footing.
Just a big start, winning the exchanges that time. As simple as that, not allowing the T side to make the plays and taking the active fights there for the CTs for once, and it paying off very, very well. So money, not so much of an issue. They have recovered the rifles and what they needed, aka the AWPs basically. Shox retains his. Smith's going to pick up 1. And let's see what they can put to use into this round. Already Chris J looking in for that early pick. Not going to get the shot on it, but he does position early to watch the same shot that Shox took before. And Chris J just knows stuff like that. If you're going to play up against him, you better be able to bring your A game, because he's going to predict that stuff. Yeah,
read into Shox' AWP play very, very quickly. Took him 1 round. Now he has some degree of dominance in middle. There are 2 players from Titan. Oh no, I misread an X-ray. Just the 1 player. Over towards Sugar. And now with the... Oh my god, Existence is not burning. He's just on the little edge of that one. Smokes himself out to enable some form of an escape. T-side, they have their numbers, but they haven't committed anywhere yet. They've kind of spread themselves out. Nico was squeaky. Dennis, the polar opposite, over towards the south side of the map in Sunroom. And this one looks like it's going to be a slow, calculated execute. 2 mollies still for Mouse, so they do have the potential to just push straight out on towards, I was going to say A, but looks like it's been used instead to clear close.
So the dangerous thing is, though, Nico's playing by Squeaky, so if he does get the kind of strong angle towards Toxic, if he's able to play that, I don't think he is. Before those 2 had fallen back, they could have caught them in between, but Existence, perfect timing, comes around, catching out Chris J towards mid, and now, next, Godby, Dennis, all heading towards A. 3 players for the CT side waiting here. They were playing off this. They had no one in on the site, but as soon as Mouse wanted to make their presence known, look at the power they have in this one. Smith's having free reign, gonna readjust. Godby should have gone down then, but somehow gonna pick up 2. Goes in for a cheeky plant and gonna be executed by Scream. So, nice play from Titan. Kind of curious though, playing out of the site, mostly focusing towards mid, and then when they feel the threat's there, they kind of rotate into it.
Yeah, I mean, a good read then from Titan. They kind of understood that Mouse were really kind of keen on mid control and decided to kind of allocate their resources accordingly, but so far, a pretty back and forth match. You said already that these 2 rosters are just exciting names. Like, all of these excite me. Like, you've looked at the Nico and Next side for Mouse, but then you'd also go over and look at this kind of terrifying Shox, Smith, Scream. In fact, I was about to read the whole roster. RPK, Existence. Like, everyone has definitely made a name for themselves in one way or another, and now things looking to hit a standstill. Nico's the only one, and he's been very convincing from Squeaky. Scream gets a taste of his own medicine as a couple of taps from the AK nets him of a kill.
How do players like Scream, you know what I mean? Like, Nico taking on Scream in those sort of positions is just unreal. It's so beautiful to watch because those 2 are such phenomenal aimers in such a hard position to play. So you get to see so many beautiful moments.
Oh my God,
Shox will be just outside of that molly there.
That's twice for Titan now. Existence had the same events.
It's kind of funny. I think most people have seen the recent videos coming out about how the T molly is, I believe, slightly stronger than the CT side. All very interesting stuff, but we'll come back to that soon as Existence has the perfect angle to lock it down. But next, break through the 1-for-1 trade. Smiths is there, but not in the perfect position, and round the back we go. Shox is piling in. They're going down towards MBK. They haven't got the bomb down yet. This has given Shox time. He can get in the perfect spot. Look at Smith, so confident for the peek. He gets the tag, not the frag. And already, Shox is going to have to be such an imperative player here.
Yeah, this is the pincer movement. RPK does give him some sort of confidence. Here he goes, swings into the site, but next gets the last 2 necessary. Big plays there. That's 3 for him in that round, as Nico and Dennis were the ones to wrap up the rest, and that's going to be the 6th then for mousesports here on the T side of Cash. It's going to be a bit of a series, as I said already, for Titan as well as Mouse. These teams are about to meet 2 times this evening. A second map will be played on Mirage as our final game of today's matches, and in between that, Titan have to take on Fnatic. So this is going to be an interesting one, getting to see a whole lot of the French, but also how they shape up against Mouse. Into this round, though, we are seeing Titan's intriguing buy. 2 players just on armor And up 5-7, a couple of flashes between them as well. And these are rounds Mouse cannot afford to lose.
Yeah, but you can already see Smith's in quite an awkward position, so Smith's just going to sit up there, and Scream's baiting it out, being like, all right, come on, Nico, you know you want to kill me. I've got a 5-7, just try. So he's going to readjust, and he can pretty much leave Smith to lock down that whole side himself, but the others need to lock down mid and B. Already RPK just going to try to ignore those bullets just piling into the side of him. Here's Dennison next doing that, so it's quite a tentative run from both sides.
Actually, the first man to go aggressive is Shox through the smoke and nets himself a kill and a weapon now. That does put him in good stead to come through vents and babysit RPK because it's about to get a little dicey in checkers. RPK does thrive, but with just 15 points of health left, he's going to be vulnerable to a nade. Only one man has it, though. It's going to be the Molotov of Nico and Chris J, actually, as it is a 3v3 then. Bomb on its way towards A, and Titan are aware of this. It's the same kind of play from before where Titan come through middle, come from that CT spawn side, and Nico's just mopping them up one by one. Low health, no object. That's 3 for him already, just 12 points of health. He's hunting for the 4th, and RPK could very well give it to him here. That's just looking for those taps. He knows it's just one bullet. You can see it in his play. Oh, and he can't finish it off. He was given the chance, and it's going to be down to Next then to pick up where he left off. Still very, very impressive round from Nico. 3 frags where he was just 1 bullet away from death. That's going to be 5-7 then, as mousesports do manage to deal with those 2 pistols that Titan brought to the fray. Yeah,
and now look at Titan. A little shoddy for money, let's just say. Really down to not much, so maybe we'll see the Deagles coming back out. Last time they all went for Deagles, this time 5-7s, P250s, Deagle. Nothing too much, nothing crazy. No armor bought up. And normally we just see the boost coming out towards A, but I doubt they'll go for it. There's not really much need, but maybe fancy it. As Chris J will already take out Shox and push up a little further. Make sure Godby can just watch over mid, and he can start looking towards A.
Oh, this is just very clinical from Mouse. Imagine to catch that nade on RPK's heels as well. Everything is shaping up to be a neat and tidy Eco Bash. Look at Nico. Tries to swing and catch Smiths, and I think he's well and truly aware there is a CT somewhere around. He's going to put 2 and 2 together and realize that A main is going to be the only real likelihood here, and that smoke is going to try and give his teammates some weight. How on earth is Smith still alive? No one checked that corner. Fortunately, he didn't quite have the arsenal to do damage with it. And now the rotates from Titan. It's Scream and CT spawn. Existence about to join him, and Godbe's about to go to the shooting range. Or not, as it seems. The shooting range fights back. Scream's Deagle, causing him some trouble. How many more can he find? 2. Can he make it a 3rd? He is going to be picking towards it. Dennis does exhale as he finds his 3rd of the round.
That shooting range, eh?
It was a very, I mean, it's a shooting range, right? They fire back in the really the expensive ones.
Oh, is that
the
it? Is that like
shooting
the
ranges? They have,
ones?
yeah, they have these Deagle bots which shoot back. But still, 5A, this is a very, very solid T side from Mouse.
Yeah, it's looking really good, to be fair. Titan just kind of picking up the rounds here and there, especially when they've been getting the double up in play. I think Shox got a little predictable, allowed Chris J to get back into it, but still, they're onto the rifles now. They haven't been able to get that all back in. Smith's going to be boosted up real quick, it looks like. Let's see if they're going to get it done straight away. It does seem as though there's an A play coming, and they've got that just rehearsed down to a T. Chris J, I think, was watching it. Smith has to be very careful here. Nico looking for that maybe little pop flash over, but there we go. Smith will get the drop towards Chris J, and this should be comfortable. Oh my God, Smith body blocks him, but it looks like Nico's out. Nico's made it out here, and now Godby's backed him up.
Smiths, if you just pulled the trigger, it could have been truly assassin style of play, but no. 4v4 then. Scream changes the numbers, and he's going to continue to rock the boat. Shox does it as well. Dennis and Godby bite back. We are just constantly seeing this kill feed in action. It's Shox who finds the last 2, as it was 3 for him at the end of that one. And Titan, it wasn't neat, it wasn't pretty, but they did manage to deal with mousesports' flood on towards the A site.
Yeah, just buying the time being up in that boost spot, and then the body block towards Nico. Just buys time for the others to kind of rotate over. Now they get more utility. Now, I don't know if they want to go... I don't think they can afford it, no. Oh, actually, no, tell a lie. Smith has got one. Okay, so maybe recovering that off Chris J. But still, Smith's not with any armor either, so Glass cannoning away, and looking at Chris J, he's going to have the armor, and these two meet a little early. Chris J going to just spam in there just in case someone worked off the back of that flash, and really go aggressive. See fancy
thinking about
being
it.
Cheeky. RPK backing out of the molly, and he is out. He's already pushed out through the smoke, and we know they very rarely put players early on these sites. They like to play late in the game.
Damn, you could catch a glimpse of him here. Chris J, there's a player over towards Highway. I just said damn.
Oh damn!
Oh damn! Smith's trained on Nico's location, and ChrisJ is going to be his saving grace as he goes around, checks MBK, and he's just going to look at that, just slap bang in the middle of nowhere. Smith catches him out. This risk reward, and it looks like Smith is going to be netting some sort of reward from their Shocks in the process as well. Isn't going to be given the time of day by Nico. As it is now a 3v3, and oh, he just keeps lining them up screen this time, keeping that A site safe for now. BK continues where he left off. Now all on to Dennis, and it is a 1v1, but he is low. Existence has a full, I was about to say head of hair, he has a full bar of health. And he is going to be going ahead and picking that one up. I'm absolutely fine. Oh damn, head of hair. 8-7 on the half. And I mean, considering what Titan acquired in that first half, we saw them get the first 3 and then a wave of T rounds, picking up 2 more and then a wave of T rounds. Like, that was a very, very nice start from mousesports. So let's see if they can continue to take this into the CT side. Yeah,
we'll find out what they can achieve here. Looking forward to how well they play into. I think mousesports' T side was nice. I think that ChrisJ early into their T side was a really big factor. I think he can be, have a little pat on the back there, especially when those double ops are in play. He was a major factor in removing them away from the hands of Titan and making it really hard work, showing that you don't need necessarily a double op when he's able to do it just as well by himself. But still, Titan, you know, the impressive thing, they're always dangerous, whether it be just with Deagles, whether it's, you know, a bit of a messy round there. So I'm looking forward to their T side because you can really see the effect of that, especially with the Tech-9s coming out. So we'll have to wait and see if that comes through. So we'll be getting this one underway nice and quickly.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the power of the Tech-9s from Na'Vi in our first game. Like, that was 2 incredible rounds.
That's a sentence you don't normally say as well.
Tech-9s from Na'Vi. Yeah, you know, touche. But so far, I mean, when you've got players like Edward and stuff, they're going to rock pistols no matter what, in what iteration of the pistol.
Now, I really like this. There was a couple of teams, actually the Russian teams, I first noted how much they favour the molly towards the A site where they can kind of defend the plant. And now we've been seeing that becoming more and more prolific elsewhere, where you're investing into mollies just to defend those bomb sites for a couple extra seconds. I hope this is what we're seeing. You can see the wall of smoke going down here from Titan, but it's a slow play. And around the back, Dennis and ChrisJ are closing in. They know this play inside out, but Shocks is waiting, and Shocks denies Dennis, so they can expect ChrisJ. But here we go. Titan out on the site. Smith's waiting on the precipice of the smoke. Bomb goes down, and this is just clinical stuff from Titan. That was the most beautiful pistol round I have ever seen. Just look at, they didn't even need the molly. They barely took any damage. RPK went down at the end. And that's especially with mousesports knowing what they're doing.
mousesports had a good read on that Titan play, there's no doubt about it, but by doing it so neat and tidily as well, you know, there's very little extra funds other than ChrisJ.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be posing the question, how many SMGs can we get away with? 3 is the answer to that question. 3 MAC-10s for Titan.
And look at the armor come out for Mouse.
Okay, so that's actually not too shabby. 2 of them even have a helmet, so that's going to be completely, not nullifying, but cutting down the MAC-10's power and presence here on the map. Mouse looking to force back. They struggled in the first time they tried this, but this time no scout to be seen instead. There's a whole lot of pistols. ChrisJ, oh, we had such potential, but RPK just pocket 600, and the second's going to happen to Dennis as well. As Mouse's buy is going to be torn away from them very, very quickly by Titan. Oh my god, Nico gets 3, 4! Oh my lungs, I don't believe it! Shocks then has just to find 1 more. The molly isn't going to touch him. And what on earth has just happened as Deagle is on fire and Shocks is going to walk into it as well. Nico is on fire. 5. He recovers the AK as well. And Mouse get pulled kicking and screaming into their 9th round.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this. Oh my god. It looks like suddenly we've gone back to Source where the Deagle becomes the AWP apparently. But Nico, absolute class play then. And he, okay.
I can't believe it. That should never happen. Oh my god, I've never gone that high before.
That was incredible. I think you just hurt your lungs more.
I think I've done permanent damage to myself after that round. I'm going to blame Nico. I'm going to sue him for damages. Oh.
You should do that. It's disgraceful. But look at this play as well. mousesports playing away from the site. Could allow Titan the plant here. So smoke comes down to block it off. Dennis is now going to push forward. And it does create a small path here. He's going to be given at least a glimpse of one of the players here. But Titan, yet to get the bomb down. Scream is on that case though. Not going to get it planted just yet. And this round has nosedived. Existence now last man standing. They could have maybe done more with that, but they just kind of got caught up in between the pages, and Godbeat does close it down. So mousesports certainly doing well here. Are you okay?
I'm just catching my breath. No, I'm just catching my breath.
I've got loads of medicine. I've got like an aspirin inhaler these
Damn
days.
it,
So
that was okay.
is that a little spicy play?
I'm going to undo a couple of buttons just to kind of cool down a little
just
bit.
for Nico.
For Nico, yeah, indeed. Okay, so whew, I'm back. Just going to be P250s then for Titan. Got beat, does break the vent early in an attempt to maybe try and go for some early mid presence, and wouldn't be surprised if they.
I'm dying, aren't I?
You really are. I mean, people can't quite hear it because you're very efficient with your cough button.
I think they might hear it through your mic, though.
Okay, but I mean, if you guys have just joined us and are wondering, you know, why we sometimes lose Lauren, she has got a bit of a chest infection and can barely breathe, so that's why we are sometimes losing up. But in the meantime, hang on a second, Scream. He's just found 2. This could very well be a very, very impressive round. He hasn't got armor, though. And 2 CTs now fighting for it. And now Nico's had the limelight, and Scream wants it back. This is a man you do not challenge like this. Every time I've got to watch him, he achieves things like that. Beautifully clinical play, 4 for him that round. It's like, Nico, I liked what you did, but let me show you what I can do now with a rifle. And it was just clinically. Yeah, the A site's just like Hollywood Boulevard right now. Everyone walking down, it's looking to get their start on the concrete, and it's going to be 2 in a row then here on Cash. Now we're going to be seeing the AWP play. It's going to be thrown towards his compadre, trying to get Smithston in on the action. From mousesports, they're a little limited in nades. You see Godby just got a decoy. Good $50 investment there. Let's see what you can do with that one. It does look like the T side have got some intentions towards A. Even mid, as Existence has actually dropped down with the bomb. That's a commitment. There are 4 players here watching mid from Mouse. Got beat up in the vents. You've got Nico, you've got Dennis up by Highway, Nex as well. This is a big commitment, and Titan just bursting through it. 3 kills back to back. And mousesports peeking 1 by 1, just getting punished by Titan here. And you just can't challenge out like this unless you have the opening control, which they had. And Shocked with a closer there towards Chris J. Just bring them back in this game. Considering how many players of mousesports were dedicated to that one play, they should not have failed so parlously. It's going to be, I mean, that was a round that mousesports kind of had every right to win. They had all the angles held. It's not like they weren't expecting something going on through middle, but Titan just played the numbers game beautifully and get some early frags to cause that one to tumble out of control, and indeed it has. It's down to the complete eco then. Very rare, almost a rarity to see in these days, but nothing invested in from mousesports. This is going to be a case of trying to find some sort of tight angle to take a weapon out of the running for Titan. Yeah, and there's no deagle this time for Nico, so we should be safe. So should I. I'm worried about you. We'll make sure there'll be a warning every time Nico has a deagle. We'll put like a nice Comic Sans thing on the screen. But still, into this round, Chris J kind of getting into it, and Titan are fully aware of this. There was a little stack from mousesports towards the A site, but Titan taking their time. You know, even leaving the bomb in a fairly safe position, they don't want to risk things here. I say that as Smith literally just like leaps out, just like, I have an AWP, let me just leap into your arms, Nico. Scream will at least put him down there in the end. But Titan do take the lead now. It's been a little bit of a long time coming though. mousesports might need to regain some of their focus here because they were doing so well for so long. But then how much can you just depend that up towards Nico as well? Because a player like him having such a big game, it's hard to always kind of depend on that. I think, yeah, I mean, the T side from mousesports was great. Now coming into this one, they managed to win the force, like going into that second round, then off the back of that picking up another. So they got those early 2 rounds. And after that, we haven't seen too much of them. In fact, nothing. 3 rounds now in a row consecutively for Titan here on this T side. And they're looking to pick up a 4th. Chris J's AUG or AUG has other plans, and here he comes. Just going to be laying down some sort of fire. I'm not sure whether he thought he was in warm-up or something, but either way, got beat. Does land the nade onto Existence. Interesting play from Chris J. That's going to raise a couple of eyebrows on the stream. And now it's a 4v4, and it looks like Screamer about to just charge straight on in to the side. It was just one quick frag after another. It's going to be this time Godby desperately trying to find RPK. Scream in the meantime is going to get him. And now it's just a 3v1. What on earth has this round become? Scream has just completely decimated that B half. 3 players down courtesy of him. And they didn't even need to throw out any of his nades. That's going to be a quick one, and mousesports are back where they started on the pistols. Yeah, it's just like Scream v Nico right now. Nico's on like 23. Scream. Okay, he's got a deagle, Alex. Just deep breath, deep breath. I'll let you take it. Yeah, just try and keep it in case. Oh, it's all right. They paused the match just so you can take a second. Really, we'll just watch Nico. We'll have a round with Nico. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Just in case. Okay. You know, I hope for your sake there's no further issues. We'll have to be, ask Nico to calm it down a little bit. But still, yeah, 12 to 10 currently. I think Mouse
I shouldn't be able to do much with this round, bearing in mind. Shouldn't. Then again, you
Being the
shouldn't be able to
operative
get an
word.
ace
Yeah.
with a deagle either. Again, it's pretty much a fully bought
fully
T-side.
armored
Yeah.
T-side with rifles.
Shouldn't be able
All
to do
down
that.
highway.
Stop
what
it.
was that?
Should we watch it? I wish we could just hear your voice again.
No, I
Cracking.
don't want to. I think yeah, my
You
life
really,
life flashed before my
did it,
eyes. I wasn't
did it.
expecting. You know when you're just like you're wrapping up the round, so you're just like, oh, and it's just going to be Nico,
Autopilot
blah blah
mode.
blah, what blah blah blah. What the hell just happened? Look at this. So
If
let's have a
only we
look at
got
them.
the audio.
Full armor. No one's looking
Can
at
you
him.
do the audio
That's a
again?
second one. Then he just actually he fluffs his lines just for a second before finding another one. So that's basically 5 bullets and 4 frags. 5 bullets, 4 frags, and then he goes and snatches up a rifle for the final frag.
No, he
doesn't. He
deagles
did
the
it-
last
he did
one,
it with the deagle.
He
Okay,
just
phew.
readjusts for the bomb.
Oh, and then Shox just walked straight on into his
Boop.
crosshair. I mean, I wasn't breathing at this point. That's why I
No,
don't
you
remember
weren't,
it.
yeah.
There was no
Yeah,
there was no
you went
blood going
blue.
to my oxygen. No oxygen going to my brain. it's still
you good?
happening right now. Yeah.
Are you good right now?
It was
I'm the one who's like
Dude,
medicated
there
at
was
the
no
moment.
oxygen going to my brain still. It's just
It's just an issue.
started flowing now.
It's just
There I
getting
am.
back there, okay.
Here I am. I'm back.
All right, we'll have to
I mean,
try and get some medical advice
it
how to
take-
take you out of these situations.
It takes something really quite impressive. It takes something really quite impressive for a player to make a play so much that it actually damages my brain for a short period of time.
It did hurt my lungs, so I started kind of not giggling, but your octave you reached was really something new.
Have you ever seen Alvin and the Chipmunks?
I have. I was a big fan.
That was kind of what I was
see it in
going
the
for.
cheeks as well. Then at the time.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alvin.
Alvin. Yeah.
Have you seen that they're still alive, but in like horrible 3D animated form?
I don't. They,
I turned on the TV when I was back in England.
in my mind, they died a while ago of a nice
yeah,
death.
they did, but they're still alive.
No, they're not.
And he's
Not-
got like a hoodie on, and he's in
Oh.
high school.
Oh no!
I know.
Why?
I don't know.
Why
I
would they
don't
do?
know,
Why would
man.
they sully our childhood so
And you know what
regularly?
really upset me about Alvin and the Chipmunks is that it was called Alvin and the Chipmunks, but the Chipmunks had other names. Like, why was
yeah.
Alvin so special?
Oh, because he had the red hoodie, so you know, cool kid.
I don't know. Either way, we are back to
Okay.
the CS. We do have our 5th back
Wasn't
in
it
the
last
server.
time we had that pause where we started talking about RuneScape?
That was
Mouse.
that we went on a
Why
kind
is
of
it always
2-hour
mouse?
tangent
Yeah.
with Hellraiser's mouse sports. Fortunately, it's not going to be the case this
Oh,
time.
that's a shame. We could talk about RuneScape some other time.
Yeah.
We had a nice chat about WoW recently and
yeah, the
awkward
addiction.
naming of characters.
Yeah, we're very good at character name. Maybe if
Yeah.
there's another timeout, we'll come
Oh, we
back
can
to that
come
subject.
back to that. Don't worry,
Yeah.
guys. There's plenty of time left, but it does seem as though we're getting back underway. I'm going to have to, get my inhaler out soon and just really
probably a good idea.
wheeze my way through the rest of the game. Anyway, we are back into this one. Titan on 12, mousesports on 10, but as we noted, this is the Nico round just to see if Alex can keep it together. And you know what? I'll give you this one.
Wow, you're so generous. It does look like he's going to have a bit of a quick start. Shock's going to challenge him.
There
It's going
we
to be a
go,
second
you're
to
safe.
trade it out, though. And oh, he had a chance. Shock's not going to be caught off too easy, though. And that's going to be a quick start for Titan into this one. That Kevlar and pistol investment is going to be thrown to the wind by Mouse, as it's just going to be Gobby and Chris J on his USP, who are left to their own devices. Titan just going to be wrapping this one up, and that's going to be put in 13. That's when things start getting scary, because just 3 rounds away from that Magic 16, and Mouse's economy isn't going to be the most idyllic either. This is going to be, they're going to have full round loss bonus, because this will be the 5th, so they are going to have the maximum amount of money from these round losses. It's going to come down to where they can build from there.
So, what I'm excited to see is now Titan have this full buy opportunity. And the one thing that I used to love about Titan, especially on this map, even in the previous lineups, but it's mostly with lives of existence within the roster, of course, is their choreographed plays that they can come out with. The one that really used to catch my eye was towards A, but it doesn't seem as though that's the case right now. I'll come back to that in a moment, but already Christian going to be getting that early presence out towards mid. Next to be pushed up, but the big play from Titan is all about B, and it's only got B here. There's 4 players heading towards it, Shox towards mid. The only danger here really for them is the threat of Mouse, Dennis and Chris J over by mid. Unless Godby goes big, this should be around for Titan. Let's see if Godby can find a little bit of that classic magic here. He's going to take the challenge towards one. He will trade out 1-for-1 there, but the rest of Mouse are going to get in a good position unless Smiths can stop them. He's already watching those vents early on. Flash comes through. It actually counters off Mouse as well.
With the bomb down, though, Titan do have a bit of a disadvantage, and it's going to be extended by Dennis. The shot did connect, and he's going to get the second. Smith does
Oh, one crossed
start
over.
to
He
find
doesn't
something. I
know.
don't think he caught a glimpse of him either, and it's going to be the flash that does end Smith's ultimately, though. RPK was just left. What just happened? I was talking about Mouse. I should have been talking about RPK. He found 4 in that round and brings the round home for Titan. Mouse had the numbers. They were on the retake. Yes, the bomb went down. And RPK just came alive on B.
The absolute turret. Just unreal play from him. Not what you expect, just kind of just stationary, just one-tapping kids as they walk back in. Now, look at what position that's left mousesports in. A real shoddy buy-up. Chris J with the scout there. You got the P90 coming out, a Famous, and far from ideal. But look at the play. They're going to be pushing straight up through mid. Shux just takes the challenge head-on, catches out Dennis. Now, he's going to expect more, but Tyler just going for the challenge. Next, a little bit of line of sight there, finds a P90 towards Scream, but these guys shouldn't win this round, but they're still trying out. Next is not done either. He's got back in, found existence, finally put down by Shux, but that was a little bit sloppy and actually tying it down to 2.
Yeah, and this is going to keep going. RPK does finally find Titan just a little breath of fresh air. As he's going hunting, he knows there's going to be one to his right. Is he expecting the player to his left, though? As God Beast does swing in to try and find him. And now, oh, Chris J, what are you doing here? It does look like we are just experiencing a little bit of a hovering as he is back in the game. So, 2v2, 58 seconds left on the clock. And it's going to come down to what Titan can do with these final 2 weapon smiths onto Chris J. Now, all onto Godby then to bring this round home for mousesports. Not looking likely as the Molotov is going to seal off a little bit of his route. Does get that, though. So, all on to Smiths. 40 seconds. He's taking his time. He could have got the bomb down by now, and he's well and truly aware of that. Instead, goes on the hunt and just swings and a swish into God B. 15 then for Titan, as they're keeping it exciting for us.
Oh, that was a real flick of the wrist there. My God. Beastly. All right, mousesports, you ain't got much money. The P90 almost paid off last time. You going back for that, or are you just going to go for what you can? There we go. They're going to go for the normal kind of purchases.
Normal. Yeah, I mean, Chris J on a scout, you're absolutely right.
That is normal. Yep. So, you know, it's surprising when he actually AWPs. Outside of that, though, Titan just running it as they are, and it looks like they're going to be going straight for the picks towards mid-existence. Actually playing a lot more passive this time. Shocks and Co looking maybe towards mid. Smiths will be the one to kick things off in. Looking down there. Does get the tag towards Chris J too. Nade to follow that would have sealed the deal. Oh, but Nico getting into a good little spot there, but Dowdy's going to get much from this.
Oh, actually did get a tag, and looks like Existence could be picking up Chris J straight through the smoke. He does. Why was Chris J there with the scout is the question I decide to ask. Pushed up in middle, but we're just going to go ahead and not overanalyze that one, because Shux is just playing Squeaky so damn well. They know exactly where he is as he swings the door open, doesn't stop him taking 2. And then it does look like Titan have gone and picked this one up rather convincingly. 16-10 will be our final result, assuming Godby doesn't just do something absolutely crazy. I think the answer is no. Shux does confirm it as he finds his 3rd of the round. And that is going to be GG for the French in the first of this series. I say series, of course, because we're going to be seeing a lot of Titan now, as we are going to be seeing Titan Fnatic and then a rematch over on Mirage for Titan and Mouse. What have we learned from that first game, though, between Titan and
never trust Nico with a deagle.
Oh, God, yeah.
Scream can still rifle really well. So 2 really non-surprising things. Chris J can make a really big difference, especially...
And rush middle with a scout in the final round.
Yeah. That's it. That's the Mouse life.
Analysis. That does wrap it up, though, for our second game. Really, really intriguing to see that you can have 2 sides who have very convincing T side on Cash. I mean, like we saw that, and we were like, okay, Mouse have got a real good, solid chance on CT, and then we just see them they picked up 2 rounds on the CT. That's not your standard Cash.
But then you put rifles, like, you know, you put the AK in the hands of Scream. It's always going to be dangerous. You see, you know, players like RPK starting to really hit those shots, and everyone starting to, you know, operate on those higher levels. It's going to be pretty hard.
It is. So the next game will be Titan versus Fnatic. Have we seen enough from them to best the top of the table? We'll see after this.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters. Delta Times to babysit against it. Oh, it's beautiful. Exists. 2 kills could never be so important. Gonna go for it behind the fountain. Kerrigan's just gonna charge him down. He's gonna miss quite a few pistol shots. Kenny out. He won a kill, and then he gets the second. Kenny punches around.